Hello, my name is Noah Flanders, and my research this past year has been on designing nonlinear levels in order to promote exploration within our game, Grimm's Coffin. With metroidvanias in particular, exploration within a nonlinear environment is a core gameplay feature. Exploring the vastness of the map and the branching pathways should feel like a part of the gameplay that excites and intrigues the player rather than feeling like a chore. My goal for this research was to learn how to design rewarding nonlinear levels for our Metroidvania in order to promote exploration and limit the feeling of confusion and frustration. The nature of my research requires me to investigate other examples of nonlinear levels within other games. Many games do a great job of guiding players down different paths while not seemingly forcing them in any particular direction. These are a few key examples that I have referenced throughout this research, as they have proven to be successful entries into the genre. These examples boil down to doing a great job of creating what-if moments for the player, as Animal Well's creator Billy Basso describes. They have achieved a balance between player freedom and constraints, as well as between player anxiety and boredom. Both important qualities of levels where exploration is a key gameplay feature. In order to determine the best practices when designing the level for Grimm's Coffin, I took snapshots of several games that have non-linear levels and analyzed them to see what design techniques are most prominent and effective in promoting exploration, as well as referencing other experts' analyses. The games that I analyzed are all successful games in the Metroidvania genre, including Hollow Knight, Tunic, Super Metroid, and Animal Well. If a trend emerged between these games in the design techniques they used, then it stands to reason that those techniques were successful in promoting exploration within each respective level. However, this kind of research is not necessarily provable due to the limited resources and amount of time necessary to work on the project itself. I was unable to perform an experiment that would yield an accurate representation of player decisions based on design elements within each game. Through analyzing these different examples of nonlinear levels, I determined there were a few common design elements used to promote exploration throughout the world. Those being roadblocks to seal off one path and promote the player finding a solution as to how to cross that path in the future, rewards that encourage the player to search for alternate paths in order to find secrets, upgrades, or items, color of certain objects, lighting within the environment, and the directionality of the level layout itself. All of these were found throughout each game in various forms. In discovering these commonalities between levels, I also consulted other expert analyses to see if these design elements were used in other places and were effective forms of promoting exploration. I reviewed studies that performed experiments using different aesthetic cues in Metroidvanias, Scott Rogers' presentation on demonstrating design elements through Disneyland's layout, and GameMaker Toolkit's analysis of Hollow Knight's map design that includes statements from Team Cherry themselves, all of which confirmed my list of important design elements as effective techniques. I then took this information and applied it to our project Grimm's Coffin. I implemented roadblocks that required certain abilities in order to progress, secrets and upgrades in order to reward the player for exploring, color to highlight certain objects, lighting to draw the player's attention, and directionality to subtly guide the player to certain areas. As mentioned before, this research is not necessarily provable. Given the resources were readily available, I would like to perform an actual experiment in which I have a large sample size play through various nonlinear levels and then interview them about their decision-making process to determine which design elements have the greatest impact on players. However, despite this, I feel as though we were able to create an engaging experience that paces the gameplay well while effectively encouraging the player to explore the vast level provided to them. And the following are the resources I used within this presentation and the research paper attached to it. Thank you for your time.